This is my WWE Extreme Rules 2009 pay-per-view predictions. Pay-per-view is live tomorrow night exclusively on pay-per-view. Overall, it looks like it might be an okay pay-per-view, pretty much a throwaway pay-per-view for the most part. It's pretty much Judgment Day 2.0 with a couple, added stipulations, with all the matches having hardcore stipulations. And, a couple switch-ups of the card, but for the most part, it's kind of like Judgment Day 2.0, like I said. The first match will be for the United States Heavyweight title in a fatal four-way match. Kofi Kingston just won the U.S. title this past Monday night on Raw, defeating MVP, so he's the reigning U.S. champion in this match. It's Kofi Kingston versus Matt Hardy versus MVP versus William Regal. This could be a very good opener. This could be a good match to have as an opener of a pay-per-view. And it's good to see that both of the mid-card titles, the United States Heavyweight title and the Intercontinental title, are both defending on a pay-per-view that's not Night of Champions. So that's kind of good to see. Both of the mid-card titles are showcased on a pay-per-view. That's kind of good to see. I see Kofi Kingston retaining just because he defeated MVP this past Monday night on Raw. It'll be very pointless to have him lose the title within this match, and I see them giving him a pretty good push, and hopefully with MVP not having the U.S. heavyweight title anymore, this will kind of like slowly get him to the heavyweight picture, because I definitely think he's worthy of that. Then the next matchup will be for the ECW title, a triple threat hardcore match, Christian versus Jack Swagger versus Tommy Dreamer. And if Tommy Dreamer loses this match, this is his quote-unquote his last match ever. And his contract is done with WWE. Within the storyline, they did something where, I guess his contract ended today on June 6th, and then they did something with the storyline where he signed a one-day extension. I don't know if that was actually when his contract expired on the 6th, or was WWE stupid enough to forget what day the Extreme Rules pay-per-view was when they did the whole storyline with Tommy Dreamer at the first place. And I see Christian retaining here. I don't see Tommy Dreamer winning the ECW title. I do see this being his last match with WWE. He'll probably, just go off, retire, maybe do something behind the scenes with WWE if he chooses to do that, or, just maybe do some indie shows if he plans to do that. Hopefully, he doesn't do that, because I think, at this point in his career, he does kind of need to, hang it up here, and I don't see any purpose of giving him the ECW title. Keep it on Christian. This might be a decent match. I mean, Christian and Jack Swagger, they both have, very good chemistry with each other, so hopefully this be a good match. The Tommy Dreamer element in it, I don't know if that's just going to add something to the match, or is that going to make the match deteriorate a little bit, because as much as I like Tommy Dreamer has never been, a great in-ring performer. So like I said, I see Christian retaining the ECW title in this triple threat hardcore match. Then the next matchup, well, I don't know if you want to even consider this matchup. This is the whole Vicky Guerrero versus Santino Marella thing that they've been doing, and this is a hog pin match. Pointless match here. I don't know why they even put this on a pay-per-view. They put this thing on here, but not a women's title match, which is completely idiotic. I mean, this thing with the whole Santino Marella thing, playing Santina Marella, it was funny for WrestleMania and possibly the night after, but after that, it's been dragging on. I mean, they need to go ahead and end this whole entire thing. I see Santina Marella winning this just because Vicky Guerrero's in here, and they'll probably do something with her going through the slop in this hog pin match. Pointless match here. It's supposed to be for comedy purposes, so can't really judge it for a wrestling standpoint base. Then the next matchup will be Umaga versus CM Punk in a Samoan strap match. This could be decent. They had an okay match last night on SmackDown. I thought it kind of dragged on a little bit, but they probably were kind of holding back for the pay-per-view. I did somewhat enjoy their match at Judgment Day. The Samoan strap match stipulation, I've never been a fan of these strap matches. I think the only one that I think that I can ever remember that I've somewhat enjoyed was probably at Fully Loaded 99 with Triple H versus The Rock. That was probably the only one that's ever been even somewhat good. So might be decent. This is the strap match here where pretty much you have to, to win this match, you have to pretty much drag your opponent around and touch all top turnbuckle posts. You have to touch all the turnbuckles. And I see in this match, I see somehow or another CM Punk finally getting a win on pay-per-view here, because he kind of needs a little credibility here. I know he defeated Umaga last night on SmackDown, but that's the one thing they're kind of doing that's pretty weird with CM Punk. They're having him lose on pay-per-view, which, I mean, it's kind of hurting his credibility, where he's losing on the big pay-per-views or, big shows, and he's not, and he's winning on SmackDown. So it's kind of split right there if I like that, but they need to do a little something to kind of have him at least somewhat start winning on pay-per-view as well, if they want to have him cash this Money in the Bank in and win the World Heavyweight title when he cashes it in. I see CM Punk winning this some way or another here. Maybe do something where Umaga is, carrying him around on his back, and then when they get to the fourth turnbuckle, CM Punk kind of gets off, kicks him, or hits the GTS, and then wins that way. Hits the turnbuckle and wins that way. Then the next matchup will be Rey Mysterio versus Chris Jericho, and this is one of the matches that I'm looking forward to the most on this pay-per-view. This is a no-holds-barred IC title match with Rey Mysterio and Chris Jericho. This should be very good. They had a very good match at Judgment Day. Hopefully it's be given a little more time than Judgment Day, especially with the stipulation of this being no-holds-barred. Should be a very good match. I see Rey Mysterio retaining the IC title within this match, but should be very good. And probably one of the main reasons why I'm even checking this pay-per-view out is that match and then the ladder match. Then the next matchup will be the John Cena versus Big Show submission match. What you're probably going to see in this match is like every John Cena and Big Show match. You're going to see Big Show pretty much dominate him during most of the match. You'll see John Cena try to put the STFU on a few times, probably act like he can't do it a few times, and maybe either finally get it in or kind of do what he did to Umaga back at the Royal Rumble of 2007, where he uses the top rope, maybe the rope breaks off, or maybe uses an extension cord outside, or some type of rope or whatnot to apply the STF to Big Show, and Big Show finally taps out in this match. I don't see Big Show picking up the victory in here. John Cena's obviously going to win this. I don't think anyone's questioning that. Then the next matchup will be the Randy Orton versus Batista steel cage match for the WWE title. Now, this right here might be the main event of the show. I'm hoping that it's not going to be, because I think you always need to have a very good main event. If you want to have a good main event, you definitely have to put the ladder match on for the main event, because that's obviously going to be the pretty much, unless Jericho and Ray do a lot of stuff in their match, the ladder match is probably most likely going to be the match of the night. With the steel cage match, Randy Orton and Batista, hopefully this is a little better than some of their other occasions when they took on each other with the steel cage match stipulation. Not really looking forward to this match at all. I see Randy Orton retaining here just due to the fact, Triple H is returning pretty soon, and I see Triple H being the one to take the title away from Randy Orton, because obviously they're probably going to continue their feud when Triple H returns. There's even a rumor of a possibly SummerSlam Hell in a Cell match with Randy Orton versus Triple H, which, out of all their matches they've been having, I don't want to see that, because they have not put on one good match. They put on, a good storytelling and building the matches up, but they haven't done a good job of going in the ring and performing a good match. So see Randy Orton winning here would be pretty much pointless for Batista to win the title with Triple H returning soon, unless they want to do a Batista versus Triple H feud, which is something they probably would do, but I see Randy Orton retaining the title within this match. Then you got the main event, which is the Edge versus Jeff Hardy ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship. And this, with the IC title match, probably be the two matches on this pay-per-view that possibly help this pay-per-view a lot, especially the main event ladder match. I'm looking forward to that a lot. Edge and Jeff Hardy have a lot of good history with each other in ladder matches, so this should be a very, very good match between the two, and I see Edge retaining here. I don't see Jeff Hardy winning the title within this match. So at this pay-per-view, this is one of the pay-per-views I don't see any titles changing on this pay-per-view at all. If anyone does, it might be either the U.S. or IC title, but I just don't see that happening, especially with the U.S. title with Kofi Kingston just winning it, and Rey Mysterio, I see them probably giving him a pretty lengthy IC title reign here, and possibly help build the IC title up to have more prestige on it, which Rey Mysterio has pretty much been doing since he's held on to that title. So what I see happening on this pay-per-view, I see You know, in the main event, I see Edge winning the ladder match, keeping the hold of the World Heavyweight title. Randy Orton keeping hold of the WWE Championship. John Cena defeating Big Show in the submission match. Rey Mysterio keeping hold of the IC title, defeating Chris Jericho in a probably very good no-holds-barred IC title match. Umaga and CM Punk, I see CM Punk winning there. The Vicky Guerrero and Santina Marella thing, just for comedy purposes, I see Santina Marella winning this match. Vicky Guerrero going to the slop. I don't think anyone cares about that match. I don't know why they want to do that on a pay-per-view. They give that time that they're giving to that match to a women's title match for either the Divas title or the women's title, which would actually probably be a decent match. Probably nothing spectacular, but it'd be a whole lot better than seeing that. The Triple Threat ECW title match, the hardcore match, Christian, Jack Swagger, and Tommy Dreamer. See Christian winning that. Then in the opener, the 4-way U.S. title match. Kofi Kingston's obviously going to retain there. It'd be very pointless to have him lose the title already since he just won it this past Monday night on Raw. So this could possibly be a decent WWE pay-per-view. It's probably not going to be anything that you're going to say is a spectacular must-buy pay-per-view. But there are a couple things on this pay-per-view that could make this, you know, an average to maybe good pay-per-view overall, especially depending on how the IC title match is in the ladder matches. Those two matches right there are really going to define how this pay-per-view is. And yeah, that's it for my WWE Extreme Rules 2009 pay-per-view predictions. Peace.